Hey guys, thank you so much for tuning in today. I'm Janine and this is Jojo, and we're both youth leaders over at Fuente Vida in Sun Valley, California. So we're just super excited for you guys to be here just watching, whether you are from our church or whether you're not from our church. Super glad you guys are watching, and we have an awesome topic to discuss today. So we hope you guys enjoy it and really just take it in. And we're going to have this a little bit more on the shorter side. So, yeah, we're super excited that you guys decided to watch this video with us. So don't forget at the end of the video to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos of us that we post every Sunday at 10:45 a.m.
Yes.
Pacific Coast time.
Yes, exactly. So today's topic, or what was planted in our hearts to talk about, was discussing our limitless God.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like this is such a topic that maybe many don't kind of, or maybe can't grip, or maybe
Grasp, yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. Grasp kind of the reality, or maybe the topic of such a limitless God that we have,
Mm-hmm.
that he has limitless love, he has limitless, like he can help us in any way,
Mm-hmm.
and just that type of relationship that he can provide for us.
Yeah.
And even I have a hard time grasping that too, when maybe we're surrounded, or maybe we're in an atmosphere, maybe we just have this kind of self-doubt
Mm-hmm.
that we don't deserve a love, or maybe even we're struggling with our relationship with God because even ourselves, we can't even love ourselves, or maybe even grasp the loving of our Father because we can't in turn love ourselves.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
It totally makes sense. I mean, and even if you want to apply it to today and right now, we live in a very limited world, especially in quarantine, especially in California. We're very limited on what we can do. I know some states are more eased up, and here they are doing it little by little, but it's still more of a restriction. And living in a world like that, it's kind of hard to comprehend that there is someone out there that doesn't have any limits and wants to help us and does help us and loves us so much that it's just something that, yes, can be hard to grasp. And we go into the Bible and you can look through different verses, and there's different topics on how limitless of a God, even in the beginning, and how God created the world, and how just various different things. And one thing that brought up that was brought up in my head was Isaiah 41:10 and through 13, and it talks about how God is our strength and there's nothing we can't do without him.
Mm-hmm.
And so for us to have that reaffirmation that he's always there for us, and he's helping us not only in the good times but even in the bad times, times that really, really suck. And just, it's awesome to know that he will always be there, and just that reminder.
Yeah, no, definitely. He is that reminder. And Isaiah 41:10 is such a great, because it's so, I mean, I feel like it's one of those verses too, like John 3:16, for God to love the world. Like, I feel like it's that kind of Bible verse that's used over, and it's such an important one too. Like, we even forget the meaning of John 3:16 sometimes too, because it's so overused. We're like, oh yeah, it's, like he loved his son, blah blah blah, like he gave his son, and blah blah blah, like that's what people say. Yeah, I know that one. Like, even like non-Christians are like, oh yeah, I'm familiar with that one.
It's even on the bottom of, like, I think, what was it? I think it was the Forever 21 bag, or was it In and Out?
No,
I forgot. It was something like that.
It's both of them.
Yeah,
both of them have Bible verses.
That specific one too.
Yeah. So it's commonly used, and maybe not for a lot of Christians that may know it, or maybe some of you may be familiar of Isaiah 41, and I highly suggest you look at it, Isaiah 41:10 through 13, on what it's talking about, and maybe dive into the word of it. But right now we're going to kind of jump ahead of it. But yeah, so we live in a sort of world that kind of makes us feel like we're invincible, that we can ride on a roller coaster at really high speeds, or we can jump off an airplane, go skydiving, or we can race in a car track. But that also depends on money too, and it's like that with God. We can do anything within ourselves and be able to have that limitless amount and feeling, even with love and being able to give, that requires God. like it does with being able to have that money, because it's kind of that high that people are searching for, right? When people are going race car driving, or they're jumping off of an airplane, or going on a roller coaster. Because I admit too, even for me, like going on I'm a adrenaline junkie. I don't know how many know that, but I'm a serious adrenaline junkie, and just feeling that surge of just like your heart's pumping, that really gets you going. And even just with God's love too, once you start feeling it, it's like a never-ending type of thing. You always want to feel it. You are always searching for it. And I feel like that's for us many times, but then we start searching for it in other places that God never intended us to search for it. And that's what a lot of us tend to forget too, that we have a God, that you start to dive into the worldly atmospheres. Maybe you start going to parties, you start going to raves, and you're like, oh yeah, I love this feeling. Like, yeah, I'm with my friends. I'm doing what they're doing. Like, I'm in the world, and I'm being accepted through what's happening within the worldly life. But then you start going back to what God intended, or maybe you start going to church, and you're just kind of like, whoa, I kind of did a double, like, stop dead in your tracks. And you're kind of reminded of where you strayed off.
Yeah. There's different things between, like, being limitless with, like, drugs and, like, excess money in comparison to, like, limitless love, limitless giving. And those are different things I feel like we also need to address when we're talking about this, because when we're talking about limitless things, we're talking about the limitless gifts that God gives us, rather than the limitless materials of the world. Because there's a bunch of things in the world that you can get your hands on, but there's not a lot of, there are the same amount with God, but for you to get that, you need to cut off certain things. Like,
yes, exactly. Yeah. No, definitely. I mean, you can't, I don't know if that's the right saying. You can't have your cake and eat it too, something like that. I don't even know if that's it.
I don't know, but
someone knows what I'm talking about. And I know I said it so wrong, or maybe I said it right. I don't even know. But many of us tend to want to have both, that want to have that worldly life and have that godly life and balance it out. But even in the Bible, it says that there's just no balancing it. It's either one or the other. It's like either you're going to be lukewarm, like you're trying to choose that little thing. Oh, it's perfect, right? Like I'm kind of in and out, I'm there, but not really. It's all right. And I feel like that's a lot. I even was reading that too in the book, that a lot of us, maybe we're like, okay, this is how much I need to give, so then I can have some later on. Let's say if I'm giving my tithes, this is how much I need to give, so then I can have some later for when I'm going to go out and like do whatever I need to do, or I'm going to go Sunday just because throughout the week I went out and go partying, right? I'm going to do it. Okay, Sunday, 12, that's the time I'm going to go to church, and then later on I got something else to do, right? So we kind of have put God in our schedule when it should be the opposite, that we should be putting ourselves in God's schedule that He has for us, and not finding the time for Him, when in turn that we should be searching for it. That we should always be constantly searching for it instead of having that. And I feel like that goes with everything,
And just with how, like, He has no limits with us, we should also treat God the same way, and giving that time and giving that effort like He does with us. And that's just really important, and we really encourage you guys to kind of lean on that this week. And if you have any questions or concerns, you definitely can talk to us. And we know this is definitely a lot shorter than last time, and we can go so much more deeper into it. But we're just thankful you guys decided to tune in today and just lean on this word on how just God is so awesome and so great and so limitless, and just being like rooted in Him and what He has prepared for us. And just that He will help us in any circumstance, in any situation that you may have, whether you feel it's impossible to get out of or not, because trust me, He's gotten all of us out of the most impossible situations, seemingly impossible situations, but nothing's impossible for our God, for our very limitless God. So thank you guys for watching, and we hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like I said earlier, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe if you guys really feel like it. And we will see you guys next week on Sunday for another video. Thanks, guys.